compromise. We've been here so long we don't realize. But baby, tonight you can close your eyes. We can dance until the sunlight. And where we go tonight, nobody knows. And where we go tonight, you know for sure that we gon' party like oh 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 oh. Come on. There is no truth right beneath your smile. We've seen better days, we've seen better times. But baby, tonight, leave it all behind. We can dance until the sunlight. And where we go tonight, nobody knows. And where we go tonight, you know for sure that we gon' party like oh oh oh. Come on.
Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to be starting off our second game in the upper bracket. Upper bracket? I don't think there's an upper bracket or lower bracket, but it's definitely a bracket.
There's definitely a bracket involved. That much I'm pretty sure of.
That much we know. So it is Freebird and Friends versus Cash Minions, and it will be... Apologize, guys. Screwed up my... There we go. Whoa. Freebird and Friends, their name has kind of gone MIA on me. I'm going to fix that. But yeah, Freebird and Friends versus Cash Minions. This should be exciting. A second round means that I believe it was, Cash Minions had beaten Tim Possible in the last round, and Freebird and Friends got a bit of a bye. So they're going to be cold going into this game, but we never know. That could be better. You're less tired, less worn out.
Yeah, and a lot of times in these long tournaments, it kind of is a battle of attrition for the teams that are able to make it pretty far. So it might mean a lot, especially considering that we're dealing with a lot of really skilled players on Freebird and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single one of these players is below Diamond 2.
Woo!
Or excuse me, one is Diamond 5. Zigx is Diamond 5. But MLB Go Hongus, or whatever his name is pronounced, I know I probably biffed that. He's actually Master Tier, so they are a very skilled team individually.
And that's impressive in and of itself, but they're now going to be all on a team together. These guys could be a favorite for the tournament, you don't know.
Yeah, they really could be with their skill alone. It's going to depend largely on how other teams can coordinate against them, I think.
How do you feel about these bans? I like the Jarvan ban. He's been kind of making a resurgence. And Kha'Zix was like the #1 jungler at Worlds, I think. He's got the highest win ratio, as well as the highest number of picks, I think. He's got like a 78% win ratio.
No problem with any of the bans. The Vi ban might look a little bit suspect, but actually it is a target ban against Vinny Shiwa. So it really is a good ban, to be completely honest.
Oh, yeah, so we are going to see the first pick, Lucian, come out. Not terribly surprising. Actually, let me give you a little insight into the mid-gold tier mindset here. Tristana is the #1 ban in solo queue ranked right now. In the last, 4 weeks that I've played in solo queue, I have seen Tristana banned in probably 95% of my games. So
yeah, she's pretty banned at all levels.
Yeah, so when I see two high-level teams play against each other, and Tristana doesn't get banned, and now has not been picked at all, I kind of think, maybe she's not all she's cracked up to be.
I think she's still as good as she's cracked up to be, right? But
oh, she's still very strong, for sure.
The problem for a lot of these players is because she is always banned, they're actually not that comfortable on her. They're much more comfortable on picks that constantly get through, like this Lucian, or in the case of Cash Minions, Misfortune, which is, by the way, very much so a comfort pick for, I'm guessing Storm's bowler. He has played a bit of MF in solo queue, so I think it's just they're going for what's comfortable, and Tristana, they honest to God can't play, so it's not very comfortable.
Right. And I like the Orianna pick. She's very solid in the mid lane, especially when you want... I mean, do you think they could... I feel like they could have held on to their mid pick, you know? Like... You saw their well, no, because they had to pick their first two. They definitely could have gone for somebody else, I think.
I think the Morgana would have been a better pick, because when you pick MF and Orianna together, you're screaming what composition you're going to do. You're going to just do a circle comp, and you see the Amumu coming out actually,
and the
too.
Morg. There it is.
Yeah, so everything they're doing is, the idea is just wombo combo circle and hope that you win team fights.
Yeah, so we'll see how this turns out for them. I feel like it could be really solid, but you have such good disruption with Nami And even Gnar, right? Like, you have Gnar who can get into a team fight, and if you have MF and Orianna, and Gnar gets into the back with his super form, somebody's gonna get slammed.
Yeah, the Nami in particular is just a complete counterpick to their composition. I mean, granted, Morgana can spell shield someone, but she can only spell shield one person, and circle comps tend to group up on top of each other.
Yeah.
So that wave has the potential of hitting 5 people.
Ideally, they would place the black shield on Amumu so that he can get in there without disruption and get his ultimate off, and then even if the rest of the team gets tidal waved, the rest of them can follow up while they're locked in.
Yeah, either the Amumu or maybe... I mean, if the Amumu's somehow already gotten his ultimate off, I would put it onto the Misfortune.
Oh, for
so
sure.
She can get her on it, adulterated ult off. But it's gonna be really rough. And another thing that Freebird and friends have is they have a lot of mobility with everyone except for the Rise, so they can kind of jump out of a lot of
or just just overall avoid them. Oh, Jace. Yeah. Oh, I like Jace. Jace. He's probably one of my favorite champs, and I was so happy to see them pull it out at Worlds in the mid lane. First game versus TSM. Yeah.
Oh, you should watch the Cloud9 series. There's some Jace in that.
I plan on it. As soon as this tournament's over, gonna watch the Cloud9 series.
I'm interested to see that mid Rise that we have.
Is that really? They're gonna do Rise versus... Well, Jace is going to be against Rise.
I was looking at that, wondering if that's what they were seriously going to do when they were hovering over Gnar and Rise. But yeah, that is what they're doing. It's I mean, it's not unheard of by any means, and it used to be what Rise did was go mid. So we'll see. Could be really powerful. It could also backfire. That being said, that is the best player in their team. That is the master tier player. So. You would think he'll do pretty well on whatever champion he picks.
You think he knows what he's going to be doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're in between. This is as good a time as any. I'm going to plug for Epic since this is their tournament. I'll just give you a read-through. Epic is a software company that creates electronic medical record software for healthcare companies. Close to 50% of the individuals... This blew me away, by the way. I read this stat. This blew my mind. 50% of the individuals in the US have a record that uses Epic systems. Holy. I have never heard of this company because, I mean, well, I'm not a US citizen. But I mean, so I think I get a bit of a pass here. But holy cow, 50%.
I can speak as a U.S. citizen. I've never heard of them, and that is absolutely an insane statistic.
That's you know what though? That's probably the way they want it to, because you don't not necessarily the way they want it, but like you really wouldn't encounter like who made the software that creates my medical records, that's not a normal statistic, but that's crazy. 50% of individuals.
Yeah, and it's obvious that the industry that they cater to knows about them. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
They got who they want to know about them, knowing about them.
Yeah, and Epic is not an acronym. It stands for unepic, as in Paradise Lost, Homer's Epic. Epic is in the literary term. So something amazing and something great. And I think that is a great company name. That's a great way to go about it. We don't need acronyms. Acronyms
Makes
are
a great
waste.
tournament name, too.
It definitely does. Epic tournaments. This is fantastic. So we're loading in. We have 1 minute to go, and we will be in game. Okay, overall team comp. Who has the better team comp? Just looking at it. If you didn't know player skill, you didn't know player names, just look at the team comp. Who do you think has a better one?
It's really tough to say because the team comps do such different things, right? If Cash Minions can get their comp to do what it's supposed to do, which is, stacking up ultimates on top of each other, they almost definitely win. But that really is like, it depends on a lot of different things. It depends on them being fairly close going into team fights. You know, they can't be behind a lot. They can't lose a lot in lane, and that's asking a lot. I mean, even without the skill involved, just straight matchups, Lucian is a hard lane to beat. Gnar is a hard lane to beat. You know, I'm not entirely sure about the Ryze Orianna matchup, but you already have 2 lanes that are pretty rough. So a Mumu can get really bullied early, especially by an Elisa. Elisa has a pretty good early game, so I would say there's an edge to Freebird and Friends by straight composition, unless it's close, in which case Cash Minions then has the edge, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah, I gotcha. So now we have loaded in. I like the skins. I like the fact that we have so many skins. We have Pharaoh Mumu, who is really just a basket with legs. Arcade Misfortune, who has... Oh, man, I don't think I've seen a team with 5 diamond borders in a long time. Yeah. Wow. That just completely cut my train of thought, like, whoa.
You know, here's something interesting. Whoa. If Freebird and Friends wins this tournament, Gohanjas can have himself a new skin for Ryze. He'll get that triumphant Ryze skin, which is... You don't see too many of those.
That's true. That is true. Okay, just moving our little team names around here, fitting them properly into their boxes. And we have finally entered the game. Teams are pretty quick out of the gate. And it looks
nothing
like...
surprising about the early starts. Build-wise. That being said, Ryze did go down a utility tree, at least far enough to get to the cookie, and that's actually something that I've seen a lot of top laners do on Ryze.
Really?
Yeah. Dyrus in particular loves to do it on actually several top laners. So
really?
there must be something to it.
I mean, I can understand for the sustain, but so what do they take points out of? Do they go like 9
Not
something
entirely
9?
Sure. I don't know enough about top lane. I just know that they go decently heavy into the utility tree. Like, I think it's something like maybe 13 or 14 points, or maybe even more.
And you'd think that they would go defensive, right? Like they'd probably go. I don't.
Yeah, and they do on like Malakai's. Like even Dyrus, who really seems to like doing it, does it on like Malakai, but he will pull out, you know, like on Lulu, on Ryze, on a couple others, this utility.
Oh, MF spotting them out. Look at that. Clever.
That was a cheeky ward. That was a really good
If
ward.
they had been fast and Elise had the stun or Nami had bubble, they would have thrown it immediately. They probably could have locked somebody up.
Even then, no, they don't have any real way to get over the wall with the exception of Lucian.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But that will cut out any early aggression that might have come out from Freebird and Friends. So, again, really solid ward.
How does Elise have 1 CS? I'm
the
confused. Oh, yes, of course. Right. I forgot that wards count as CS now.
Yeah. He probably only got like maybe 7 or 15 gold off it because so many people hit it, but he did get something.
Yep. So there's Ryze just going to be bullying hard on that Orianna. If Ori's smart here, she should be autoing, shouldn't she? Just to get that passive rolling.
Yeah, so the scary thing about going against a Ryze early is that he can Q auto Q and do like a third to half of early game champions' health. So it's really scary for Orianna. She's kind of got to be careful until she gets a little bit bigger. And by bigger, I mean probably like level 5 or 6. Then Orianna can start doing a lot of zone control with her ball. But until then, it's going to be a little bit scary.
Yeah, but I feel like Ryze has the advantage in that lane overall, unless Orianna can keep him at distance with Q disruption. Distortion? I think it's distortion. Yeah, dissonance. Dissonance, that's it. Distortion.
That sounds correct.
It is dissonance. Oh, Amumu gets the early gank in on Ryze. Ryze has almost no mana left. He's burned through most of it here.
Yeah, he wanted to get enough gold to get that tier and then immediately back afterwards.
Yeah, so Orianna has forced him back. Well, Orianna and Amumu, but Ryze is coming back with a tier and a ward. Smart move.
Yeah, push that lane up early, waste all your mana, then immediately get the tier and get back to lane before you actually miss anything.
Well, he will. Well, he might. Sorry, not will. Might fall behind Oriana here, because she's got that sort of free time to catch up.
Yeah, it caught her up, but the wave wasn't able to get pushed to tower in time, and she did have to back because she was a little bit below half health there for a little bit. So, essentially the lead is normalized to what it was before he left.
So far, every lane seems to be doing pretty okay. MF is falling a little bit behind Oriana. Oh, good binding from the Morgana here. Oh, Amumu misses the bandage. They're going to turn on him. They might be able to get the Amumu here. He does have the Ignite going down. Black Shield on him will keep him safe. He is going to get out, but that is a scary, scary prospect for Amumu. His flash is burned. They got almost nothing from it. Nami had to burn her flash. They did get the Ignite, but Lucian still has heal. So I think the advantage...
I wonder if he was attempting to predict the flash or just maybe whiffed it a little bit.
I feel like he had to try and... That seemed so far off that it felt like it had to be a prediction.
Yeah, I think I really get that feeling that it was a prediction, and it was pretty close, to be honest. It was just a touch too early and a touch to the side, but it was a pretty good attempt all the same.
Yep. Oh, Meganar goes in hard on Jace, going to do a lot of damage to him. Jace is he's kind of in a weird spot right now because Gnar can harass him when he's in the little form, just with those boomerangs. And then when he goes in on Meganar, if Jace is not quick, the hammer form won't protect him. Oh, and there's the flash over from Ryze. They're going to get the damage down. Gnar is going to get the first blood. Good aggro juggle there. Ryze taking the first tower hit, and then immediately backing out, Gnar taking the second.
Seriously
good plays.
Good, bro. You can tell he knew what he was doing right there.
Oh, they're going to go in hard on MF here. The Elise is going to come in from the side. Good flash from MF. The Morgana Black Shield is going to keep her safe, but she is going to be forced out of lane, and she's falling further and further behind this Lucian. 20 CS to 40.
It's a 1.3k lead right now.
And that's entirely the CS.
Well, except for about 700.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A huge amount of CS that's giving that lead. An absolutely huge amount. I mean, every lane, even jungle to a small extent, is winning in CS. Especially that bottom, though. That is big. And that MF needs to be big for them to have a chance in team fights.
Ooh, good damage from Jace. He's going to go in hard on this Gnar. This is the right play. He has minions. I feel like he could have stayed in that a little bit longer. I mean, probably the smart play to back out, not risk anything, but yeah, he could probably be a little bit more aggressive with this Gnar. I don't necessarily agree with the Jace choice of teleport here, just because it gives you such little pressure in lane, especially against something like Gnar. If Gnar jumps away, there's no chasing him, there's no killing him once you burn your gate and hammer him.
I think he did it because he was scared that Gnar would pick it up and didn't want to give up that pressure across the map later in the game.
True.
It's one of those
Mind you,
risks.
if they are a big team... Oh, and the big engagement on bot lane. Lucian doing a ton of damage to MF. They're going on this Nami. I feel like this is the wrong choice here. Lucian has done so much damage already. Oh, he picks up the MF with the Lightbringer. Oh, the Oriana! No, Oriana! No, Oriana!
It was so
she
close.
flashed, but she forgot. She just didn't auto. Just one auto attack, Oriana. No. Oh, that's so sad.
If that
had worked.
I am not going to even attempt to pronounce his name, but if that was his chance as a silver 5 to take out a master tier in a 1v1 mid lane scenario,
that was his chance.
That would have been incredible.
He had it too. No, he didn't. He didn't just he didn't have the chance to do it. He had it. He won that fight. He just flashed forward and either he cut the animation too soon, or he thought the ignite would do it. I don't know, but he missed it by one hit.
In some way.
Good slide by Lucian. Oh, yeah, that's so disappointing.
That would have been something to write home about, so to speak. If he would have gotten that kill, that would have been
I wanted to see it.
To really boast about.
Not gonna lie, I really wanted to see it. I wanted to see Oriana pick up that kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do want to point out that Elise did steal the blue buff from Amumu, so that's going to slow down his jungling quite a lot.
Yeah, and you actually see Amumu just now getting 6 and is really low because of how much
Oh, Amumu, don't do that, Cap.
lies in that blue.
Oh, a lot of damage from this Lucian. The bubble does land on Morgana. They're going to bring her down first with the Ignite onto Morgana. She's going to go down. A lot of damage from the minions here. The heal from Lucian is enough, and the Nami tidal wave to pick up the kill. Scumbag Nami.
Bloodthirsty support coming out. It probably wasn't.
Oh, Elise with the behind the turret. There's the stun onto it. Good shockwave. It doesn't bring down Rise, though. Oh, and so much. She might go for it. I mean, why not? There it is. There's the kill. Amumu did not have... He did burn his flash already. Elise is so low, but what a great dive. 2 for nothing. Very good juggling on the turret aggro.
And this is what we worried about with Cash Minion's team, right? Is that they would get too far behind to make their composition effective.
Yeah,
So-
because if they fall behind, they're not going to... Even if they get a perfect full team lockup, they might not have the damage to kill them.
Yeah, they could 5-man with their 4 AoE ultimates, and even then, it's doubtful whether they'd win the fight or not. Like, they would be lucky to go even in that fight, given the gold discrepancy that's happening right now. And that fight probably wouldn't happen for another 10 minutes or so. So that gold lead could get a lot worse before then.
Right. Well, MF is pretty much keeping the status quo in CS here, 41 to 79. She's at half, just like she was before. Jace coming into the mid lane, does try to get some damage on the Rise, does not really succeed. This is kind of an indication of how badly the bot lane is snowballed. They only really engage on Lucian when they realize Nami's gone, and he does pick up the MF, but Nami is here to help them out.
Yeah, and honestly, Lucian doesn't need a support anymore. If Nami wanted to, he could roam. Lucian
Look at
doesn't
this!
need him.
Look at this! Gnar just doesn't care. Amumu and Jace are together are going to bring this... oh, he does bring down the Jace. Oh, Amumu, you're stuck.
Kill.
Boom! Double kill. Gnar. Scary guy when he's in that giant form.
Yeah, that mega form is absolutely terrifying.
And that
If you can manage it well, you are a god on that champion.
And that wasn't even like Gnar having a massive item or like CS lead or even levels. That was just Gnar playing well. Like really well.
Yep.
Oh, and the MF is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Tidal Wave comes across. Good Black Shield to keep MF alive here. I can't see her getting out of it, though. There's the pickup on the Lucian. And double kill for Lucian.
Double kill.
Puts him up 5-0.
Massive.
I feel like this game is going to be worse than the last one we casted. This is just getting out of control.
Yeah, it's starting to look like Cash Minions may have lost their one chance at actually getting a kill this game. As sad as that is to say.
Well,
this game is just snowballing completely out of control. There's no lane that's winning. That includes jungle.
yeah.
And, I mean, now they're even down 2 towers, a dragon, CS, nothing is going their way.
Yeah, it's a shame because here comes Gnar. He's got the ultimate. There's the slow from the rock. Jumps in. There's the slam. Jace goes down. Jace knew he was dead too. He doesn't really have the mobility to get away from Gnar once he's got that jump in.
And if you didn't notice, there's actually a beautiful rotation coming.
I did see
from,
that, yes.
Freebird and friends, just in case that kill wasn't picked up by Gnar. He was still going to die.
Oh, for sure. And this gives you a pretty good indication of where the bot lane is like. Lucian has a finished Infinity Edge. He's starting on his next item. It looks like he'll probably go for the Brutalizer. The double longsword indicates that. And MF has a Lifesteal Scepter.
It's a 3,000 gold discrepancy between the 80 carries right now. That is unheard of at the 13-minute mark.
Maybe not unheard of, but definitely a lot. Good lockup from Amumu. He does go hard onto the Rise. They are going to pick him up. MF gets the kill. There's their one kill for the game.
I'm not going to lie. I was kind of hoping Orianna would pick it up for a revenge kill.
Just a revenge
kill.
kill.
Still a kill, still big. And, I mean, it went on to one of the, to the right person, essentially. You want that on MF.
You need the
Orianna.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good that they were able to do that, and I'm not sure if they really tried to give it to anyone in specific. So it's even better that they were able to. Nami actually stole the
Oh, they're in such a bad position. Not Lucian here. He's going to get the possible lockdown, I guess. Yep, Morgana does lock him down. Morgana is going to be the sacrificial lamb here. Run! Run! Nope, you're dead. Oh, they've almost caught the Elise here. That'll be enough. They do give the kill to Oriana. Good play. And Elise goes down. That's the second kill of the game. Getting a little bit sloppy in the jungle there.
Yeah, they actually have deep wards, so this is really, really bad by Freebird and friends to keep getting caught out here, and I think they're just getting really, really cocky with how far
They've gotta
ahead
be.
But if they keep making mistakes like that, they will give... It's not a huge window because they still are up 10k, but they will give a little bit of a window for a comeback.
I just looked over in the Twitch chat. My buddy Isaac is there. I swear if he gives me spoilers on that game, I'll end him. I'll find him. Oh, alright, so they are pushing into the mid lane here. Amumu, oh, he does go for the hard bandage onto Rise, but I guess it's the smart move since Nar can kind of just jump away. They're just, look at this. Nami is zoning out MF and Morgana on her own. Lucian is going to be able to take down this turret. Oh, they've caught the Morg. Oh no. That's sad. That's a sad thing to watch, especially when Morgana is level 6. She's level 6. Nara is level 11. And Rise is level 10. Lucian's level 10.
Yeah, and you know, at this point in the game, Cash Minions just they have to be happy that they're playing against an all diamond and master tier team, right? And not really care that they're getting crushed. Just take it as, well, hey, we've played against some of the best players, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is what you gotta keep that mentality that, like, yeah, even if when you lose, you gotta just know, yeah, we did our best, we played as hard as we could, and yeah, we didn't really have much of a chance because look at who we were up against.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, if these guys really are like big into solo queue or anything, how good of experience is this, right? Because you can't. I mean, I think the highest rated member on Cash Minions is Platinum 2.
Yeah.
As a Platinum 2, you're not playing against Diamond 2s or Master tiers.
No, not generally.
Often, at least.
I mean, I've played against a handful of Diamonds myself in solo queue, and it's always an interesting experience because, like, if you win against them, you feel so good. Oh, and they do pick up... Sorry, guys, we're not really casting the action going on because it's just gotten a little crazy now.
Yeah, the fights are a foregone conclusion at this point.
Whoop! Good flash. Lucian, he does go down! Good pickup by Jace.
Get it?
Nami might be able to get it if she has the mana. Jace, back off. No, Jace!
Almost got to the bush in time.
Jace, if you just waited, MF was on her way. Oh, Nar picks up the MF.
So much damage out of that Nar. And he's only got that Blade of the Rune King. Other than that, he's gonna go pure tank here. So
see, I feel like that's the stronger build.
Advantage.
I feel like that's the stronger build with Nar than the Trinity Force. I mean, I understand why people are picking.
It's a better build than we saw last game out of the Nar. Where it was a pure damage build. I really like to see. I mean, the Blade of the Rune King makes sure that you're doing damage regardless of what build you go afterwards.
However,
he really doesn't need much to do a lot.
However, Nar, in the last game, had 2 other tanks to help him protect.
That's a good point.
In this game, it's just Elise that's gone tanky, and I guess Rise gets pretty beefy, but he's not really a tank. Oh, they're going hard.
Shock Blasts are actually still doing pretty decent damage.
Well, he does have the finished Manamune, and that thing gives quite a lot of AD. People underestimate how much it actually gives. It gives just flat 25. Oh, and then the Nar is gonna pick him up. Oh, no! The Shockwave missed, and Nar's gonna transform, and he's got enough health to survive it.
Always enjoyable to watch Nar in mini form Goomba stomping people. You forget that ability actually does quite a bit of damage.
It can. Oh, Amumu, where's the lockup? Where's the ultimate? Nope. No ultimate. It was on cooldown. MF's gonna go down. There's a double kill. Triple kill. Well, spread out among 3 people. 3 players go down. That's an ace. And wait, was it? Was it actually an ace?
It was an ace.
Yeah, because Jace just spawned, right.
And you know, it may have looked like an ill-advised fight, but honestly, it was their last fight. That was the last chance they had of maybe
Look at this.
getting them out of their base.
Rise just tanking turrets. No big deal. They're going to take both turrets here. They might be able to end it before the 20-minute mark, unless Cash Minions can make a credible defense. There's the ultimate. They do bring down the Rise. Nar's in there. He's huge. Good lockdown from Morg. Does get the damage. They haven't been able to bring down this Lucian yet. He's doing so much work. Jason Oriana on the outsides. Maybe they'll be able to repel them long enough. Maybe. You never want to lose the game before 20 minutes.
Good right now. They do have their top 2 damages.
Oh, that sucks. The shockwave just barely misses.
It was a good attempt.
It was a good
attempt.
attempt.
He was trying to do.
Just like, oh, he's gonna jump on my head. I'll use shockwave on myself. No big deal.
Yeah, Goomba me. I'll bring you right back.
Oh, good catch by Amumu. They are going to bring down this Nard. There it is. They've now given a kill or a death to absolutely everybody on the team except Nami. And they want it.
Well, they've at least lasted.
Mobility boots. Mobility boots kick in. Goodbye, Mermaid. Oh, damage onto Elise. She's almost down. Rise might... Yeah, he does pick it up. That is the 7th kill for Rise. Holy... This might be a perfect game for Nami, you never know.
Yeah, she's the only one. She's keeping the dream alive. Everybody else has died. They've gone down. They've been playing really well, don't get me wrong. Oh, actually, pull engage onto the...
Oh, poor Mumu. Radamumu, juke him. Juke somebody who uses target spells.
And has red buff.
E for effort, that's for sure.
But I mean,
now it's just a waiting game. Is when is it that Freebird and friends are going to push again? Because
and they have shown weaknesses in this game, and I know that sounds weird because they're up 21 to 22k gold here.
Jace. Oh no, buddy. Oh, good stun by Elise. What a shot.
But there are weaknesses in this team. They've shown that they tend to overstay. They maybe go a little bit too deep, too early. So there are opportunities to beat this team.
Even the mid lane was a bit of vulnerability because we saw Oriana bring down, or basically bring down Rise. Look at this.
Yeah, she
can't seem to bring him down. Oh, the shield is not enough. Oriana, just auto attack. There you go. They do bring down Rise for the third time this game. Lucian wants that kill. It does bring down the Oriana. Mumu is so deep.
Yeah. He's just desperate to try to do something for his team at this point.
Well, they've taken down both Nexus turrets. They're gonna possibly bring down... Yep. And the Nexus. There it is. Finally. 22 minutes into the game. 39-7. Freebird and friends take the game over Cash Minions. They'll move on to, I believe it's the semifinals. Yes.
That will probably be the most kills we see this tournament. That would be my guess.
I would think so.
46 kills. That is absolutely insane. And Nami did get the perfect game. 2-0-21.
Yeah, she came out of it with 0 kills. And, well, I mean, congratulations to Freebird and friends. They're moving on. I mean, my heart goes out to Cash Minions. They did the best they could. I hope it was a learning experience for these guys. I mean, that's how I'd have to take it.
And you know, this is Cash Minions' first time
That's
participating in this tournament.
Yep.
So, you know, they did win a game earlier.
Hey, yeah, credit to Cash Minions. They did win one game. That's true.
You know, this can be a catalyst for them now that they've gotten, because this is probably their first tournament ever, would be my guess. And it can be a catalyst to move on to other tournaments and maybe come back to this tournament a year from now and, you know, try again, get better, and just keep getting better and, you know, advance. Meanwhile, Freebird and friends, they've actually, Dr. Freebird, he's been in this tournament before. He was here last year on a team called Power Ragers, actually. And a lot of the other members are new, but They are an experienced team coming into this. It's
Yeah.
the skill difference and the experience difference. It is not something that they should hang their heads on. Cash Minions losing
No.
to a team like that.
Definitely not. All right, we are going to go to a break, guys. Next game will be starting in approximately 15 minutes. We'll change the title for you as soon as we find out who will be going up against Freebird and Friends. We may not be cashing that game. We may be jumped over to a different lineup, but I will we'll let you know as soon as we can. So enjoy the music.